Hi, this is Mrs. Zhu, and on our worksheet homework tonight, make sure that you do 3 things. That you write the formula, that's for practice for our quiz tomorrow. Show all your steps and your work. Do not use calculators, and make sure that you box your answers so that it's clear to see. And make sure that you read each question carefully, because the answers that you're going to need for the questions will be in the it'll say in the directions. Number 1, it's asking us to find the area of each circle here, and I am going to find the exact and the approximate, so I will have 2 answers for number 1. So I'm going to first write the formula. The formula for an area is A equals, A standing for area, pi r squared. Okay, then I'm going to plug in my appropriate radius for r. So my area is equal to exactly pi, and my radius here, well, this is actually the diameter, so my radius is half of that, which makes 12 inches. So I'm going to use 12 inches here, 12 inches, and I'm going to square that. So 12 times 12 is 144, so my area is exactly 144 pi inches squared, and I want to use inches squared because I'm looking for the area, the space inside. I need to use inches squared. That's my exact answer. Exact. Okay, then when with pi in it. To find the approximate answer, I'm then going to take area, I'm going to multiply about 144 with the approximation of pi, which is 3.14. Okay, not using a calculator, I'm going to do that calculation over here. 16, 5, 12, 0, 16, 5, 12, 0, 0, 4, 1, 3, 12, 5, 4. Decimal goes here. Okay, and I hope we all also got that as well, 452.12. So my approximate answer is going to be 452.16 inches squared, and then I'm going to box that. So you'll be able to see that one of them has a straight equal sign, exact, and the approximate has a squiggly equal sign. So I know that there's 2 answers. You can try number 2 on your own. Number 3, I am going to read the question carefully. It says I'm going to look for the circumference, and I need to find the exact and the approximate for my circumference here. So when I look for the circumference, there are exactly 2 equations. I'm going to choose the equation for number 3, 2 times pi times the radius, 2 pi r basically. And it gives me that the radius is 8 kilometers, so I'm going to plug that in. So circumference is equal to times pi times 8 kilometers. If I double 2, double 8, so 2 times 8, that makes 16. So the circumference is exactly 16 pi and just kilometers. Because I'm not squaring anything, my kilometers will not be squared. This is your exact answer. Okay, then from the exact answer, I'm going to find the approximate answer by taking the circumference is equal to 16 times. My approximate is 3.14. So if I multiply that, I'm going to do that over here. No calculators, so you're going to do that as well. 413. I'm pretty good at multitasking, huh? Talk and do math at the same time. So I got about 50.24 kilometers, and that's my approximate. I'm going to box the squiggly equal sign too, so I know that this one is the exact and this one is the approximate squiggly one. That's number 3. I'm going to just do most of the odd questions for you, not the even, so you can try the even by yourself. Number 5, again, I'm still looking for circumference, so I'm going to use the same formula. Circumference equals 2 pi r. Now there is another formula that I could use, which is circumference equals pi times diameter. Actually, let me rewrite that over here. 2 pi r, or circumference equals pi times diameter. Now, because question 5 gives me the diameter is 8 in meters, I'm actually going to use this formula and not this one because it's going to be just a little easier for me. So choosing pi times diameter, I'm going to go ahead and plug that in, pi times 8, and actually that's my first answer, and I'm going to write that appropriately, which is going to be 8 in the front and then pi in the back. And I have meters, that's my label. So that's my exact answer. Didn't really have to do much except plug the numbers in. And then I'm going to find the approximate answer, where I'm then going to take the circumference is equal to 8 times the approximation, 3.14. So I'm going to do that calculation right up here. Okay, and I get about, I should change this to an about too, because I am approximating 12.12 meters. I'm sorry, I think I did that wrong. I added 25.12 meters. Okay, and is it meters or meters squared? Well, I'm looking for the circumference, and I didn't have to square anything, so I also don't want to square the meters. That's a good indication. And there's my approximate answer. If any time you feel like there's not enough space on the paper, please feel free to just do that on a separate line sheet of paper. As you hinge in your paper, you can do it right underneath that the hinge as you hinge this worksheet in. So it's actually make it a lot easier for you. And number 7 here, I'm going to be finding the area, the exact and the approximate. So my area formula, I have to write that first, which is 2 pi r. Oh, no, that's not right. That's circumference, right? Yeah, that's circumference. So my area actually is pi r squared. Okay, it's the space in the circle. And so I will have that square. That's always a good indication too. Plugging in the number, I'm going to have pi times the radius squared. My radius here is exactly what the picture tells me. It's 12 miles. So I'm going to square 12 miles. So area is equal to 144 pi miles squared. That's the exact answer. And you know what? I think I remember back in question number 1, I also did the same numbers for the radius was 12 inches. So you know what? Rather than doing the work again for number 7, since I did it for number 1 and I realized that, my answer for number 7 for the approximate is going to be the same as what I got for number 1, which is 452.16 miles squared. Okay, on your quiz tomorrow, no calculators, so just make sure you get a chance to practice that. And I'm not giving you any crazy decimals because you already have 3.14, that irrational number. Okay, and then on number 9, you're just going to be finding 4 things around the house. So for instance, I may take a penny. Okay, and then I'm just going to measure. So there's the size of my penny. I'm going to use a ruler to measure the diameter. So I want to give the radius. I want to give the diameter. Okay, so I'll probably just measure the diameter and then half the diameter to get the radius. So half the diameter when I measure, because it will be a little bit hard. Then I'm going to find the circumference and the area of that item that I choose. So if it's a penny, and I think Lincoln's face goes like this way. Does he go this way? 1 cent. Yeah. And then you would just draw it. Make sure you follow all the directions. So you need 4 things. You're going to draw them. You need the diameter, the radius, the circumference, and the area. And you only need to find the approximate. So you don't need to find the exact. Okay? All right, see you tomorrow.